Hey there, hi there, Aries, and welcome to your reading for the month of October. So I'm going to start with some Dream Keeper tarot cards, and some unveiled tarot cards as well. So up first, I have the Page of Cups. Okay, so this is obviously a message for you that has to do with your emotional side, and it's interesting, like to know there's like a almost like a skeleton face, but it looks like it has horns. With this like goddess, moon goddess energy, and she's like half fish, half human. So you're really dealing with like being pulled into like another like dimension or another reality or another direction here with this connection. I feel like to your past self and to your present self and to your future self, there's like three possibilities here. Knight of Cups, ooh, Page of Cups, and then the Knight of Cups. Yeah, this woman is like pouring water like an elixir, um, like back into the like earth or the river, and there's little tiny butterflies or moths flying around her. I think you have to decide what it is that you like essentially want for yourself. What do you want to give to yourself? Like maybe there is something pulling you and drawing you back, but it's also like it's something that's from your past, but it's also something that's giving you momentum into your future self. Six of Cups and Eight of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. Ooh, Seven of Swords. Um. Okay, so with the Six of Cups, I think it's really about you looking deeper into what it is that is carrying you forward, or like how you can feel moving forward, especially with this Eight of Pentacles and Six of Pentacles. How are you moving yourself forward, Aries? And how is that materializing into a way that's like, because there's like this theme that's happening for October where it's like giving too much of yourself, but then not having anything in return. Ace of Cups. I feel like somebody is making themselves available to you in an emotional way. Um, because you're very focused. There's a lot of cups here. Ace of Cups, Knight of Cups, Page of Cups, Six of Cups. This is a very like emotional. This is a very emotional connection. Um, and there's also the like feel like the material world around you is like, yeah. I think you find like there's like an unfair, unjust situation that you just can't get ahead of, or you can't. Yeah, Ten of Pentacles, um, King of Pentacles. It's something here where you have to like realize that there's like the material world, and then there's like the more emotional, spiritual, like metaphysical world. Okay, let me see your time. Yeah, time, waiting cycles and moments. You're waiting for the right time or the right cycle or the right moment to happen. Not just for yourself, I think. Not just for yourself, but for like, I feel like there's like a strong masculine presence here that's trying to like pivot you away. That's my word of the month, pivot. A lot of pivoting happening. There's something happening where like the cycles of time are changing and shifting to where there's like a new arrangement being made. And there's a strong masculine energy that's like, you have to like, there has to be the right time. It has to be the right time. Like something about that. It has to be the right time. Ace of Swords, new ideas, breakthrough, realizing the truth, and misinformation, wrong decisions, lack of focus. Yeah, new ideas, breakthrough, realizing the truth. That's going to be your theme for October. Okay, Aries. Um, the owl, wisdom. Yeah, you're going to have to use wisdom, and I feel like also discernment, because there's a woman here who's like willing to give these pentacles to these other two. But but they're like, she hasn't quite given it yet. And then there's the Ten of Pentacles, and this energy is like very money focused, very material focused. There's a man who has to like be material focused, but he's also has an emotional connection to you, and you have to like, you have to be mature enough, I think, because swords can be like, you have to be like very sure of yourself and very so you have to be very sure of yourself and very confident in yourself when it comes to this connection in particular, because it's something where you can't, even though there's a lot of emotions, because there's a lot of cups, you can't forget about the fact that a lot of this pentacle energy is going to always be part of this cycle, always be part of this time, always be part of like the waiting period, because of this financial thing, this financial aspect to this energy. Judgment. Yeah. The fallen knights are sleeping in their tombs, and then one knight is going down the stairs towards them, like probably to, you know, pay his respects, check on them, like watch guard over them. The fallen soldiers, the knights who've already um, gone to rest, peace, the sleepers. And then you have the Two of Needles. Yeah, you have Sally here working on Jack Skellington's costume. You Are Enough, and Bala Lake, the Tower. Okay, so the Tower is really like about, it's almost like this is like some kind of like test to see like if you have like a certain role to play, or you have certain like commitments that you need to make. I feel like with the Two of Needles, you have a certain role to play or thing to do, and then this other person, they have their stuff that they need to do. And the Tower is like about that message of like, I feel like when the Tower is happening, when that energy is happening, then it's like the right time to move forward with what this is you're dealing with. You are enough. I overflow with the energy of creation. Yeah, you're creating something really here. Two of Needles, Sally creating, um, you know, the Christmas costume, the Santa costume for Jack's, for him. So, and then you have the Six of Swords, Alice sailing away, going down the rabbit hole. And she's already kind of there, it's just like at night, it's like that has a lot to do with like subconscious energy and like the moon energy. And I feel like rowing through the water, there is a lot of cups, there's a lot of water, there is a lot of like movement through like the ebb and flow, okay, of two like different, very different people, I think. But look at this, the soulmate card. Yeah. I think that that's kind of what's happening here, is like there's a person here who wants to be like with you and you want to be with them, but um and I feel like you guys are protected, and like this connection is very protected, and I feel like you guys are soulmates. And I just think that there are certain levels to like what that connection means, and like how you actually can like really call someone that, you know, how would you describe a soulmate? How would you say that like that person is your soulmate? Like what is a soulmate to you, right? um we have odd socks. Okay, I am a uniquely wonderful me. Yeah, I think that this person thinks that you are enough, that they think that you are uniquely and wonderfully you, and like they really think that's like a beautiful thing about you, beautiful quality about you. I think they really respect you. I think all your quirks and like odd things, Aries, are what makes them drawn to you and attracted to you, and I think vice versa. I don't think like I think there's just like a lot of like complicated things that are making it harder and harder for like you guys to like, I don't know, like there's peace and love here, there's strength here. So I bring peace to the world. Yeah, like this person knows that you bring a lot of strength and a lot of peace and love to the world, but like that's really like what they have to protect. And I feel like there's something here about someone like saying something over and over again to you that is like almost like a lie, but it's a way to protect you. I don't know, that doesn't make any sense. Like, why would they lie to me to protect me? But I think it's because they don't know any other way. They have no other solution. So I feel like they see all the strength in you, they see all the peace in you, they see all the love in you, and they think that that's a really like amazing combination of qualities. And that's like in an ideal world, you know, they would be sitting under the stars at night with you in a tent, kissing you, calling you their soulmate, um, you know, sharing a moment together through time. But at the same time, because time is, you know, I feel like time is also an illusion in a way. Um, so I feel like you have the Six of Cups, okay? In a different world, in a different reality, you two could be seen together, sitting, you know, by each other. Um, you know, he could be giving you an apple or something, right? Like you could be seen out in public together, just sharing a moment together, communicating with each other, just a normal transaction between two individuals who are in love with each other or like each other. But the thing with that is that it's it's like almost like a play or a movie. It's not real, and it's not happening in real life. It's something that you like see and watch happening maybe in your dreams. I've been getting this message of like paying attention to dreams. So I feel like in your dream world, Aries, you could be having dreams about this person, and they could be having dreams about you, where you are actually together and actually publicly like socializing or seen together without consequence or without worrying what someone else thinks. But in the actual reality of things, look at this, we got the Sun card and the Strength card. Yeah, Aries, I mean the Sun energy is definitely your energy, Aries. So it's almost like you the Sun is like, I want you to have this with this person. I want you to like, they nurture your inner child like a great deal. The Six of Cups is always like about inner childness. They bring out that inner child, and you remind you of that inner child part of yourself that needs to feel loved and needs to feel safe and needs to feel protected again. It's just like a very warm embracing energy. And the strength card is like you're not afraid of a little danger. I mean, the woman is clearly not afraid of her like pet lion. Like this is her pet. You know what I'm saying? So, that being said, it's like whatever's happening for you is like gather. Yeah, I feel like you need to gather your spiritual protectors, ancestors, guides at this time, because I think if you want to have this special moment with this person, um, a lot of challenging things are need to like, you know, stop being so challenging. Okay, like there needs to be stopping so much challenge around this interaction. It's like forbidden lovers or something like that I'm getting. And I think someone has to like, for social reasons, for political reasons, for like reputation reasons, this person has to be seen or heard saying certain things because they have like a reputation that they need to like protect. But then I think for you, Aries, this isn't so much about protecting a reputation. This is just about protecting your heart. Um, yeah, because we have retreat from the outside world. The rain and snow come down from the heavens and stay on the ground to water the earth. Okay, so the water and the rain and the snow, it's like a lot of elements are like working overtime to keep this connection going. But there's also a lot of things that are happening um, where this connection is like um, it's becoming deeper over time. So as much as people try to keep you distant from this person and away from this person, as hard as um, people try to keep you two apart, um, and keep you like in your head about it, um, that's how much is actually going to be working out towards you and your benefit. Like it's all gonna like backfire on them when you actually get to be with this person. And we have the self, and we have the rainbow and the pearl in the middle. Like this person sees you, they see your beauty within, and they want to be with you, and they want you to feel yourself. They want you to feel like protected, and like you don't have to like be so guarded, I feel like, or you know, like there's a beautiful new beginning and new change happening here for October. Yeah, and we have the mirror. I feel like you reflect each other in like, you know, you like reflect what each other like heart's desire you want from each other. Like you want to feel beautiful like a pearl. A pearl is like a beautiful gemstone, okay? Like you know, like a necklace of pearls or earrings or a ring or something like that. Like I feel like you enjoy feeling like that gift is like has a sentimental value to you, and I feel like they're trying to reflect that. You know, they're trying to remind you it's like this is what you need to feel like yourself again. You know, to feel beautiful again. And interesting how the moon is there because that's going to illuminate things and reflect even more light on the situation and more intuition and trusting your gut feeling. Because it's interesting when we look in the mirror and we see ourselves, right? We see the self. And what do we see, right? Looking back at ourselves, like what do we see looking back there, right? So there's a lot of sparkles here. You know, there's a lot of spark. Um, Foundation, homeland. Yeah, I feel like this person makes you feel home and feel like they give you a foundation um, that you haven't felt before. before, and there's like travel here, or destination, purpose, this whole map of different places around the world, right? So I feel like maybe you guys both come from like the same homeland, okay? Like, I'm not talking like maybe you're both star seeds, maybe that's the case here, and you're not like no one else understands that or what that even means. So it's a little bit harder to like be with someone when they constantly have to like be like, I can't talk about like star seeds and shit like that. People are gonna think I'm like crazy. I have to like say certain things. And, because I have like appearances or something, like a public image that I have to keep up with. And then you're like over here, like talking about like the self and the mirror and intuition and metaphors and star seeds and all these really interesting concepts that you're not afraid to speak about and you're not afraid to talk about, and it doesn't like ruin your reputation or paint a target on your back or anything like that. It's like really like who you are, and you're not afraid to be who you are. This person has to like be cautious of what they say, because I think they fear like people watching them. Yeah, inheritance, financial security, family, 10 of coins, financial collapse, money disputes, family fallout. Yeah. Like they have, if they want their inheritance, if they want their money, if they want their family to keep, um, you know, taking care of them or supporting them, then they have to give you, I feel like they have to give you like a sort of disguise. I feel like they want you to like disguise yourself. And they're like leaving hints or clues of like what you can say or what you can do in order to be with them, so that they are like still protected. Okay. um Four of Swords. Oh my gosh, this energy is always coming out here. Yeah, this is a period of rest and time for relaxation. I think again, this is also like very similar to the Judgment card. Okay. Um, Judgment and the Four of Swords. It's similar. It's a night that is sleep, right? Essentially. Um, and I think that a period of sleep or a period of rest is going to be what turns. Yeah, it's going to be what turns this connection into something possible. I know that sounds crazy, right? Judgment and the Four of Swords, those aren't typical cards. Sorry. Those aren't typical cards you get. Those aren't typical cards you see in some, like a soulmate connection. It's not typical cards you see in. It has a lot to do with sleeping and dreaming. And I think that that's really what your mind is telling you to do, is that, like, I'm not saying like actually be asleep, but I'm saying like that state of mind or being of like you're not like fully awakened, but you don't need to be fully awakened. I don't know. Like, it's hard to describe. Okay, Seven of Cups. Yeah, like decisions need to be made. Um, this person has some decisions to make for sure. Third party interference. Look at this. Influences, attachment, third parties, peers. Yeah, your peers, your third parties. People are gonna want to know if you're getting together with this person or not. Okay, there's going to be other people that are like curious. They're like, oh, who are you with? Or why are you with this person? Like, I thought I was your person, or I thought you only had room in your heart for me, blah, blah, blah. It's like this person, they are going to tell you straight up, like, that they will tell other people whatever they need to tell them in order to like keep a succession of energy flowing their way. And that has a lot to do with the Ten of Coins. That has a lot to do with financial stuff. Okay. So if they need to say to you, you know, I'm, gonna be a certain way towards you for certain purposes or certain reasons. It's not like I don't care about you. It's not like I don't want to be with you. It's just like that's what I need to do for my own 10 of coins. Okay? That's not because there's a third party energy that's influencing their attachments. And one of their attachments is you. So, and that's interference. Okay? So they're letting you know, they're being straight up about it. And you're just like, okay, thanks for that information. Um, so Three of Pentacles, yeah, you're like, I'm gonna go collaborate now with some my fellow artists and weave together a better thing for myself, a better outcome for myself. Okay, um, because that's what the Three of Coins is all about. It's about collaboration. Um, people with different ideas, but all like similar conceptualized thoughts and coming together on that and working toward that and being creative with that. And your person, if this is your person, they have a lot on their mind. They have a lot they're going through right now and like a lot of decisions they need to make. They have a lot of different cups to choose from, and you're like, you know what, I don't like, you don't think a similar way, you think a very different way, and I think it's more of that Three of Pentacles way, where it's like, you're not, this is your like soul sisters, your soul family, you're like, I don't need to have a lot of different connections going on all at once. That's like too confusing. That's too much chaos. And Aries, I think you're gonna just be like, sacred ceremonies. Yeah, you're gonna start practicing some sacred ceremonies to like get everything in order. I remind your soul of the sacredness of the world. Yeah, this is really gonna be more important to you than all of that, because you have to remind your soul that you're not gonna it's your soul. It's like you don't just like let yourself be open to just anybody or anything or anyone. You let yourself be open. Again, we have the self and the reflection, the mirror. You let yourself be open to what you want to reflect back into your life or into your life. And that is something that is going to serve your greater good and your higher purpose. Knight of Coins, patience. Yeah, you're going to be patient and you're going to wait and see what happens next. Because I feel like you've already waited so long that for, this connection, that you're not afraid to wait any longer. And there's this thing called like the October theory. And basically it's like setting yourself up now for what you want in your future months of like January with the new year, and you want new resolutions and you want new energy that's beautiful and amazing and wonderful and makes you feel good about yourself. So you're making room for that now so that when the new year comes in, you're already prepared and you're testing things out. And I think that October theory is what's happening for you, Aries. I could be wrong, but don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Yeah, these third parties really want you to like dim your light down. And, they want you to stay silent. They want you to stay quiet. They don't want you to go out and explore and, test this new connection or get in the way of what they have. But, honestly and truthfully, it's like whatever this other person, third party is trying to do, or multiple third parties, or whatever these other influences are trying to do, it's not going to keep you from dimming your light. That's the point, Aries. I mean, you're like the sun energy, you keep illuminating, you keep shining. So that would go against your very nature. All right, then we have here the Wheel of Fortune, okay? And we have the Eight of Swords, the Wheel of Cheese. Interesting. You feel like your fortune is this Eight of Swords, Okay, you feel like just like people keep cutting into you. People want a piece of you. People want a slice of you. And you're like, you don't want to keep giving pieces of you and away when that's dimming your light, I feel like. In a major way. And I feel like you want to give more of yourself to yourself. Like, that might seem selfish, but I feel like you haven't done that in a while. Okay, there, Aries, I feel like you haven't given to yourself in a really long time, and you want to do that again. You want to start giving to yourself again, okay? Yeah, look, there's the Three of Pentacles again, collaboration, synchronicity. So you want to collaborate with other creative minds like yourself. Um, you want to work with other individuals and come up with like a new plan or a new idea, new something that's going to help you and keep you from feeling like you're giving, like you're being cut into, your time is being cut into, your energy is being cut into in a very tense, stressful way. So you're like, you're going to keep being patient and waiting. Time is here. Time is of the essence. Destruction. Wow. Yeah, I feel like there might be a little bit of a destructive tendency here with the Hermit energy. Yeah, wow. So normally, the hermit is a very peaceful person. They're very a calm person. They're very, like, let's take things slow. Let's see how things progress, and like no one needs to like come out in the open and be all like loud and obnoxious and like talking all bunch of stuff. There can be like a more transformable, calmer approach to things. Negotiation, Knight of Cups. Okay, so you're trying to negotiate something here with this hermit because there's like a destructions. Like, you don't, I feel like you're trying to create something. You don't want to destroy something, you want to create something. So, that's going to be interesting to see how that works out. But I think you have great negotiation skills, especially when it comes to being creative and working with others. So, see how it goes. All right. Thank you so much for watching, Aries. Love and light always. Bye.